All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're tuning in. I'm grateful to have you here. And we got a 15-year-old young man in the building today exposing the absurd foolishness that is critical race theory. I'm sure it'll be a doozy. Stay till the end if you want to hear my input and perspective. Let's get it popping.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school, and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I will never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin? To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more. And it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which has never before been the case. RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement, but from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected.
Messed up.
My honors government teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people while Republicans only care about themselves. And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue. He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom. I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs.
Canceled.
There is clearly only one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who by the way is of color, discreetly told me that the schools seem to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class. This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I have decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online.
Amen. You go, young man. Go.
And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless of how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer, But I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs. And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
He said, hold my apple juice. Common sense, beautiful thing. That young man, hey, he could be a future leader of our country or whatever he wants to do, man. He went with his gut instinct that God blessed him with, that free will, and he didn't use it in an evil sort of way. He didn't use it to push some false ideology, some narrative, some rhetoric. He said all this race talk, if you just stop talking about it, we'd stop paying attention to it. We'd start paying attention to what God blessed us with, all these unique abilities, all these different characteristics that make us all unique, but still created in his image. We were all created in his image. There's one race, the human race. We all bleed red. So, hey, this was a great display and a powerful speech with a factual argument. I love it, man. God bless this young man right here. If we got people like this speaking out in the public and addressing the nonsense that's pushed every single day, we're going to be just fine. And his parents who raised him, they should be proud. And it's sad when kids are smarter than some adults out there and then being harassed by the people that should be teaching and supporting their students. Instead, they're pushing off this nonsense, telling them to be quiet. But kids like this, fine young men like this speaking out, that's what it takes to progress in the right direction and get back to a godly society, because God ain't dead. God is more alive than ever. And now is the time to spread the gospel, to spread the good news. And for people that they got it wrong, if you ain't right about Jesus, you ain't right about nothing. I've said it time and time again. Hey, I'm just waiting for my white privilege to kick in, because 27 years deep, I'm still having to work my butt off. I still have to get up, make these videos. I still got to grind, provide for my family. I still got to pray on my knees every single day for the good Lord to allow me another day on this side of the grass. Nobody's handing me nothing. Nobody's handing you nothing. At any point, color doesn't stop anyone from doing anything. And unless they were raised being told they have white privilege or they're a victim because they're black, they can do anything they want. That means blacks, Latinos, whites, Asians, Indian, don't matter what you are. You can be anything you want in this day and age. We've had a black president. We got black athletes and superstars all over the world that people look up to for God knows why. But just put in the work, have belief in yourself, and trust in Jesus Christ. Trust in the Almighty, the one that has the ultimate say so at the end of the day, the only king on the throne. If you would just start loving everybody despite what they look like, where they come from, what language they speak, have consistency and unshakable faith, the world will be a whole lot better off. Matter of fact, I know it. If you started living to pursue those 10 commandments and execute those exactly how are laid out in the Bible, the basic instructions before leaving earth, and basing your every move on that foundation, that rock, instead of building your house on sand and all these faulty nonsense ways of living with lust and promiscuity and sin that the world promotes as okay, the world would be moving in the right direction every single day. And it's going to take kids like this, people like myself, other influencers out there that are speaking the truth and pointing out all this nonsense and just exhibiting and exuding common sense, because it ain't common no more. We know that by now. But hey, if you like what I'm doing over here, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my future videos. If you think this can help somebody, make sure you share this video. If you haven't seen this, put this in front of people so they can make up their own mind and see the craziness, the chaos that is being pushed on even our children nowadays. It's messed up, but I have faith that we're going to be just fine. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can buy this awesome Born Again shirt made by my lovely wife. We got it in hoodies, t-shirts, multitude of different colors and a run of sizes. Stands for John 3:3, where Jesus said, "Very truly I tell you, no one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again." So this is over on her Etsy store. It can be found in the description section, and I'll make sure to link it in the pinned comment. We appreciate all the love and the support. All our other links are in the description as far as ways to support the channel, gear and brands that stand by me and make these sort of videos possible. Until next time, I love y'all. I'm praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.